Satnam loves. Thank you all so much for dropping in to Tina Diana Yoga. Today's session is an invitation to slow down and land in the present moment, which is really where everything is happening, right? So go ahead and grab a blanket for today and have a seat on it. I'm going to start with a breathing meditation. So I want you to bring all of your fingertips to touch here in Hakini Mudra. And then bring this Hakini Mudra right into your chest here so that even the thumb tips are really anchored into the center of your heart. And sit up nice and tall, finding the center of your seat. Close your physical eyes. Allow the shoulders to soften down the back. Allow your elbows to even release there and get heavy. And this mudra is one of my favorites for really reining in our energy and grounding it. Balancing out the body and the mind. And all of the elements that live within us. So just take a couple moments here to feel and sit with the effects of this mudra, seeing if you can find a little bit more softness through the face, through the jaw. And then just become intimately aware of your breath right here. Seeing if you can breathe in and out, almost like through the throat, so that there is this wave-like sound as you breathe in and out for Ujjayi. And we're going to begin to stretch out the breath here. So I want you to play with breathing in for 5 counts, holding the breath in for 5 counts, and then breathing out for 5 counts. So it's an even count here. If you can't do 5, do 3 or 4, whatever you can do. You never want to be straining or gasping for breath, right, when we're doing pranayama exercises. So find that place where you can really lengthen and feel free. Supported. Keep this going. See if you can focus your gaze in and up towards the brow point. Seeing if you can gradually, with progression, slow down and deepen your breath even more. Feeling the stretching open of the lungs, of the spaces between the ribs, and then maybe even gradually feeling into the space between the thoughts as the mind begins to slow down here with the breath. few more rounds. Taking one more round with yourself. And breathing in. And make an O shape with the mouth. Pour out. Amazing. You can gently flutter your eyes open here. And we'll meet in all fours. So you can go ahead and get that blanket out from underneath you, but keep it close by. And then in all fours, take a moment here to find your alignment. So organizing the wrists right under the shoulders, the knees right under the hips. Point the toes back behind you. See if you can really anchor the tops of the feet into the earth. Spreading the palms wide, really anchoring all 10 of your finger pads into the earth. And then I want to invite you to close your eyes again so that you could dip your awareness inward. We're just going to start to make circles here to the right. So big old circles, breathing in as you come forward, breathing out as you swim back, almost like you're swimming through child's pose there, as your sit bones reach towards your heels. Seeing if you can pull the breath in and out now through the nose. As with everything, always take it at your own pace. And even the slower we go with these movements, the more we get to feel into every crevice, right? Every moment along the journey. Opening the shoulders, the hips. Pause wherever you're at, reverse it, circling to the left. Still breathing in as you come forward, breathing out as you sweep back. Allow the breath to take you deeper into the present moment. And then inhale to neutral. Exhale, sit back into child's pose. So coming straight back, hips to heels, forehead to the ground. See if you can press your palms together there in a prayer. And immediately draw your awareness to the sound of your breath. Imagining here as you breathe in the energy, the flow of your breath coming in through the tailbone all the way up the spine, and then as you breathe out, it moves out the forehead, circles down into the earth, and then breathing back in through the tailbone. The breath rises up the spine, breathe out through the forehead into the earth, creating this nice circular, harmonious relationship between yourself and the earth. Feeling yourself being recharged by the ground, by all of the elements. Breathing in deep through the nose. And let it be a sigh out your mouth on the exhale. Go ahead and tense your fingertips in front of you, lifting your elbows, getting nice and active through the arms. Walk your tented fingers over to the left, along with your whole torso there. Let your head soften down again, breathing into the space between your ribs on the right side. And then come back through center. Take your fingers, your head, your heart over towards the right. And let yourself soften down and breathe deep. Breath is such a beautiful gateway for more openness in the body as well as openness in the mind. Creating more space. Bring yourself back to center. And from here, walk your fingers back towards your knees. Just take a moment here, lifting your chest up, hands on your knees. As you breathe in, slide your palms back towards your hip creases, squeeze your shoulder blades, and puff your heart forward. So it's like a cow spine. And then on the exhale, slide your palms forward again towards your knees as you round in, like a cat. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, round back. See if you can take it nice and slow. Which can really be a challenge, right? In our culture, in our society, where we're told success is correlated with doing more and moving faster. And there's a time for doing more and moving faster, right? But there's also a time for going slow and for really dropping in. And we want to find the balance between the two. Just a couple more rounds. As you round back, feeling the space between the shoulder blades open up. Inhale to come forward. Really squeeze those elbows in, squeeze the shoulder blades. And exhale, round back. Go ahead and bring your palms forward in front of you so that you're back in all fours. Spread them wide, tuck your toes, breathe in here, look forward. And as you breathe out, hinge your hips up and back for downward facing dog. And take a moment here to pedal it out. You can wag your tail. Staying with that slow, conscious breath. One of my favorite things is to give the breath a mantra. So mentally chanting Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale, which just means I vibrate with my truth. I vibrate with love. Let your head hang heavy, folks. Let's shake it out. Even shake your lips out here. Amazing. And then walk your hands back just enough so that you can dig your heels into the earth. You might even be able to lift your toes up off of the ground and flare them wide. And then I want you to keep your right hand where it is. We're just going to bring our left hand towards our right ankle, or wherever you can get. If it's on the outer calf, feel free to rock it out there. Just let your head hang heavy, and then find a little twist to the right so that you're peeking sort of underneath your right arm there. You can close your eyes again though and just breathe. Finding as much of an evenness through the hips, the legs, and the feet as you can. So I often find I need to just rock my hips a little bit to the left here to pour some more weight into that left foot to even things out. And then come back to center, switch it, plant your left hand and then reach your right hand across towards your left ankle. Let your head hang heavy, but then turn your gaze up underneath your left arm. Really nice stretch here through the back of that right shoulder blade. So good. Breathe with it. Evening out the weight in the body, evening out the breath. And then come back to neutral down dog. Go ahead and tense your fingertips right here and walk your tented fingers all the way back to your feet so that you are in Uttanasana at the back of your mat. You can bend your knees a little bit or maybe a lot, whatever you need. And then wrap your peace fingers around your big toes for Padahastasana. And I want you to really press your big toes into your peace fingers and your peace fingers back into your big toes. So it's like a solid lock there. And then you can press your thumbs into the earth. Inhale to lengthen the spine as much as you can right here, drawing the shoulders down the back. And then exhale, pull on those big toes, bend and widen the elbows to encourage the chest in towards the legs, head down. The weight shifts ever so slightly forward into the balls of the feet. And then you might play there with slowly pressing your quads back, lengthening out the legs. But no rush with it, right? Again, let it be a progression, a journey. Step by step. We call this vinyasa krama. Take it moment by moment.
Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. Whenever you do lose that focus. A few more breaths. What's nice about moving slower and going moment by moment is that we really begin to realize where our edge is before we go over the edge, right? If we're moving quickly, we might go past our edge and then hurt ourselves. Gently release your big toes. Interlace your hands behind your back. Bend your knees a little bit here and just let the focus be the release of the arms back behind you. Just focus now on the shoulders opening up, the back of the neck opening up. And then keep a bend in your left knee here. Lengthen out the right leg and just twist your torso to the right, so that your left shoulder is sort of meeting your left knee and you're leaning back into your right shoulder. And then switch it out. Bend your right knee, right shoulder towards the right knee as you twist your chest open to the left. Let's do that a few more times. To the right as you breathe in. Breathe out as you sweep through center. Breathe in, twist open to the left. Oh, so good. Breathe out through center, breathe in to the right. Breathe out through center, breathe into the left. Breathe out through center one more time because it's just so yummy. To the right. And to the left. And then come to center, release your arms to dangle. Head heavy, vertebra by vertebra, roll up to stand in mountain pose. See if you can keep your eyes closed here. Once you get to the top, allow your palms to open wide, facing forward. Firm up your thighs here a little bit so that you're nice and strong, open, connected to the earth. And then interlace the hands behind your back here, yogis. Bring your feet a little bit wider and a little bend in the knees. So you have a nice, sturdy, grounded stance here. And then I want you to reach your arms back behind you a little bit. Squeeze in those shoulder blades. Chin ever so slightly in, activating your neck lock here. You can close your eyes or leave them open if you want. We're gonna breathe in and twist to the left. Breathe out, twist to the right. So inhale to the left, exhale to the right. You wanna keep your hip points reaching forward and just allow the twist to happen along the spine there. Oftentimes energy can get caught or trapped along the vertebra there of the spine, so we're just allowing ourselves to get untrapped here, uncaught, freeing the energy so that it can flow and ride up and down through the spine. Gradually working deeper into the twist. 30 more seconds here. inhale to center. Now look up. And exhale, look down, chin to chest. You can feel free to lengthen the legs a little bit, roll your head out, opening up through the neck. One way, then the other way. Good. And then come to center mountain pose. You can either keep your eyes closed if that feels comfortable enough, or open them up, looking down towards the ground. And then make it a slow little walk of your feet forward all the way to the top of your mat. Just meditating on every step along the way until you find yourself in mountain pose right at the top of your mat. We're going to move into Surya C from here. So inhale to reach your arms up. See if you can catch even Hakini Mudra here. Fingertips touch. And then on the exhale, you'll swan dive your arms down by the sides, crease at your hips, and forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to find a flat back here. So either fingertips on the ground or hands on shins, stretching your heart forward out of the hips. And then exhale, melt into your legs. Inhale to step your right foot back behind you so that you're in a low lunge. Drop your back knee down. And then inhale, sweep your arms back behind you and then up. Again, catching your fingertips, finding your focus here as you wrap your right hip forward and dip the weight of your hips forward towards your front foot. See if you can lift your chest up and back. Take a deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, swan dive the arms, plant the palms, step your left foot back into down dog on the exhale. Inhale to float yourself forward, plank pose. On the exhale, lower your knees, your chest, and your chin. Really squeeze those elbows in. And then lengthen yourself out long here. Inhale to press up into cobra, peeling your shoulders back, lifting your heart, lifting your gaze. And then exhale, travel through all fours as you come back to down dog. All right, inhale to lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. On the exhale, gather your right knee in towards the heart, shoulders over wrists, and then step that right foot between your palms. Tense your fingers, back knee down. Inhale, sweep your arms back behind you and then up, Hakini Mudra. Pausing for a couple extra moments here to find the shape, activating your root lock as you dip the hips forward, lifting the chest up. Deep breath in as you breathe out. Fingertips to the ground, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale, step your left foot forward, find that flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, pour the weight of your head down. Inhale, lengthen to rise up to stand, catching your Hakini Mudra. Exhale for a moment here, Hakini to your heart. And then inhale, circle back up. Lean back maybe, slight back bend. Exhale, swan dive your way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, find some length, stepping that left foot back behind you. Left knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, palms to the ground. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale to float forward plank. Exhale, lower your knees, your chest, your chin. And then inhale, scoop up into cobra. Nice, proud, open heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, left leg lifts, breathing in. As you breathe out, left knee in towards the heart, shoulders over wrists. Step your left foot between the palms. Back knee down, inhale, sweep up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, fingertips to the ground. Inhale, look forward, step your right foot to the top, lengthen the spine. Exhale, melt. Inhale, lengthen to rise all the way up. Exhale, hakini to your heart, landing. Inhale, sweep back up. And then exhale, swan dive your way down. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Step the right foot back behind you. Back knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Anchoring through the top of that back foot. Exhale, palms to the earth. Step your left foot back, down dog. Creating a rhythm here, a meditation. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale to cobra. Maybe even pop the knees up here for upward facing dog. And then exhale, press into the earth to lift yourself back up to down dog. Right leg high on the inhale. Exhale, look forward, step the right foot to the top. Back knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, fingertips to the earth. Inhale, look forward as you step the left foot to the top. Find more length through the spine. And exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen, step your left foot back. Back knee down on the exhale. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to the ground. Step your right foot back, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Left leg lifts, breathing in. Left foot between the palms, breathing out, back knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, step your right foot forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, circle on down. Inhale, lengthen, right foot steps back, right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Opening up those quads and hip flexors. Exhale, palms to the ground, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Take a moment here to pause and ground and center yourself in your down dog. Finding as much length as you possibly can through the upper half and through the lower half of your body. Allowing your breath to open and unfold. And tense your fingers right here. I want you to slowly walk your feet forward to your hands, but take like little baby steps here, like caterpillar steps. You can allow your hips to sort of wag side to side. Keep that deep breath going. Amazing. And then come to Uttanasana here, top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back and rise all the way to stand. Exhale, Hakini Mudra to your heart. And arms by your sides, mountain pose. Either keep your feet hips width or zip up your legs, big toes touching, little space between your heels.
Inhale, bend the knees for chair pose. So you're sitting the weight back and down towards the heels, lifting your fingertips up towards the sky. Breathing nice and deep. One more deep breath in here. And breathe out, circle the arms down, lengthen the legs, and fold. Inhale, long spine. Step your left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Lift that heart up. Exhale, palms to the ground, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale here, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog.
And breathe, 3 cycles of breath. Satnam. All right, yogis, you can either walk your feet forward like we did on the last round, or bring your big toes to touch. You might even walk your feet forward just the littlest bit. Heels lift, bend and widen the knees. Drop your seat down to hover, sort of right near your heels there. Look forward. Bottom of the breath out, you can maybe hop or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen to rise up to stand. And exhale, mudra to your heart, arms by your sides. Inhale, chair pose, just one more time here. Sitting your weight back and down. And then breathe in here. So you breathe out, find a half chair, so your arms wing back, your belly and your chest sort of meet your thighs there. Inhale, chair. Exhale, half chair. Keep going. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Maybe even more of a back bend here. And then exhale, swan dive your way down. Interlace the hands behind your back. And release your fingertips to the ground. Bring your feet wider. Heels in, toes out, and sit down low for a little malasana frog squat. And just sort of sway side to side here. Seeing if you can dig your elbows into your inner thighs to assist the opening up there. It's also a big opening for our heels. And then come to center. Breathe. You might either keep a prayer or play with your Hakini Mudra here, which allows, if you have those elbows into the inner thighs, even more opening there. Amazing. From here, you can plant the palms down, step back into plank pose, and just pause. And so we're really finding that sacred pause today, especially in those poses where we tend to just fly through. Right? So I want you to really press the earth away. Feel the strength and the lift through your quads and through your belly. Find length through the neck still, so see if you can gaze down but a little bit forward. Hips in line with shoulders. And allow that deep breath to carry you through here. See if you can create more space between the shoulders and the ears. Last couple cycles of breath. Inhale deep and then exhale to down dog. Whoo, shifting the weight back. Amazing. All right, right leg high here, breathing in. As you breathe out, step the right foot between the palms, back knee down. Again, Anjaneyasana. Opening up. And then as you exhale, fingertips to the ground, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, anchor your back heel, and make sure that your back toes are turned forward a little bit, about 45 degrees, right? That's to protect your back knee. Right knee, right over right ankle, right hip, reaching back and in. Strong back leg here as you sweep the arms back behind you. And then interlace your hands. Look forward here for a moment. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale. And then exhale, bow your head down. Now you might need to widen the right foot out to the right a little bit more for humble warrior here as the head is encouraged towards the ground. Just allow some stagnant energy to roll off your back here. And stay in touch with the breath. Sometimes we can get caught in the thinking mind, right, in the past or in the future, which is totally necessary to do sometimes, right? Sometimes it's important to meditate on the past or on the future. But this is really an opportunity to balance things out if you find that you're getting just caught in the mind. All right, release your fingertips down. Slowly begin to draw your right hip back so that your right leg lengthens out. So you're pressing the ball and the heel of that right foot into the earth. You're lifting the toes up, flaring them wide for pyramid pose. You might find you need to shorten and widen your feet and your legs even more. Gathering that right hip back and in, left hip forward. If you have blocks, that can be amazing under your hands. Otherwise, just tense your fingers there. Inhale to stretch your heart forward, so find that nice long spine. And then exhale, I want you to just allow the upper body to fold over your leg. So if this is still too much for you and you don't have blocks, just drop your back knee down and lengthen your front leg in a little half split. Okay, so you could totally be here. Otherwise, pyramid. And we want to really sort of inchworm our heart down our right leg. So you might even take a few undulations there. Lifting up, reaching forward, and then lowering down. Ooh, it is big. Going big today. Going deep. See if you can loosen some tension out of the face here. Couple more rounds of breath. And then inhale to lift and lengthen. You can lift that back heel, lengthen that left leg back behind you as you step back down dog. Just feel the difference here between the two hamstrings. Wow. Holy moly. All right, you can either stay here or travel through a little vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, you can lower down however you feel, maybe knees, chest, chin, or all the way to the earth, or if you want chaturanga, you can totally go there. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, hips up and back. You find your way back home. All right, left leg lifts here. Inhale. Exhale, left foot steps forward, back knee down. One more Anjaneyasana here on the inhale. Seeing if you can maybe go a little bit deeper. We've been here so much already. And then gently tented fingers to the earth. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Anchor that back heel. Maybe widen that left foot out to the left already. Firm up this back quad like craziness. Okay, that's your like foundation. And then see if you can sweep your arms back behind you. And then interlace your hands. See if you can catch the opposite grip. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Reach your arms back as you look forward. Inhale. And then exhale, pour the crown of the head down towards the ground. And to counter that, lift up through your belly. Encourage evenness through the hips, left hip into center. You may even flutter your lips here, let your jaw go. And release your tented fingers to the earth. And then lift and lengthen the spine. Just think about lifting your hips up and back like down dog, which will naturally lengthen that left leg. I like that cueing for it because it helps us to not like force this left leg to straighten. It's more, right, it just naturally straightens with the lifting up and back, the hips. And see if you can square off. Of course, keep a little micro bend in that front knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine here. Really stretch that heart forward out of the hips. And then exhale, folding over the left leg. Again, if you need to drop your back knee and take a half split, do that for yourself. And then keep inchworming a little bit. So lift and lengthen, stretch the heart forward, and then bow it down on the exhale. You can totally close your eyes. And be in the moment, this big moment, right? And you might find your limit there. Just let yourself hang for a couple cycles of breath. Shoulders soften. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Lift your back heel, lengthen yourself out, step back to down dog, and take a moment before going anywhere just to feel now hopefully a little bit more balance between the two legs. And then breathe in. You can travel forward plank. Take it through a vinyasa if you're craving it. Amazing. And then go ahead and drop your knees down for a moment, yogis. Grab your blanket and expand your blanket out into like a rectangle. And then bring it widthwise, sort of at the center of your mat, okay? And now we're gonna come back into downward facing dog. Tense your fingers here. And then I want you to walk your feet forward just enough so that they hit the edge of the blanket. And bring your big toes to touch. And then walk your hands back a little bit as you bend and widen the knees. So sort of like that little like crouching frog that we played with on that hop forward. But this time we're gonna walk our hands all the way back into a traditional malasana. So I want you to play with just rooting your heels down as much as you can. And then bring sort of the edges of your forearms there, a prayer or maybe even Hakini Mudra, and allow the weight of your head to go. And then see if you can draw your inner leg lines and your knees in towards your shoulders. Of course, if you need to be more elevated on your palms, by all means, do that. Just curling into this little seed-like shape. Breathing into the back of the heart, Sat. Breathing out, Nam. Sat Nam helps us to rein in the mind and also get us out of like negative loops. On your next breath in, lift your head and your chest. Stay with me. Plant your palms, lift the elbows, and then begin to widen your knees even more. Walking your hands forward, and then you can allow, once the hands come forward enough, your feet to separate, flexing the feet with the toes turned out. The heels are in line with the knees. So we're going towards a full-on frog here. So you can either keep your palms on the ground and your arms long, just drawing those shoulders back, dipping the weight of the hips straight down towards the earth. If you feel called to, you might eventually drop your forearms to the ground, catch a prayer, catch your mudra. And you can keep drawing in a natural progression, of course, gradually, your knees out to the sides so that your hip points get closer towards the ground. And then for sure, deepen your breath here because this is real deep. We're going deep, I warned you. Breathe into it. Again, going nice and slow so that we find that place where we meet our edge without going beyond our edge. And then you keep breathing into a new edge point, right? The deeper you go. See if you can release the throat and the jaw. Three more rounds of breath, yogis. You got this. Stay with it. If you need to back out a little bit, that's cool, but stay with it if you can. Your next breath in, slowly lift your head. Ooh. Go ahead and bring your forearms to the ground there, and then we're just gonna like real lazy, like lengthen the legs behind us for Sphinx. Go ahead and turn your left forearm in so that your left hand sort of reaches towards the right elbow crease. And then bend your right knee. And then you might even be able to reach back for your right foot with your right hand. And then either stay here, dipping the weight back into your right hip a little bit, heart forward, gaze forward, or you might take your right hand there and spin the fingers out and then forward so that your fingers curl over your toes. And then keep evening out the hips here. So that means pouring the weight down into the right hip. Got another kind of frog-like situation here. Just be with wherever you can be. And then gently make your way out of it, come back to Sphinx, and then we'll just switch it. So angle that right forearm in, bend your left knee, reach back for your left foot with your left hand, and then pour the weight back down into your left hip, looking forward. You might stay here or turn your left fingers out and then forward, curling them over your toes. And breathe. See if you can even close your eyes here. Gently release. From here, press your elbows up, walk your hands back into Cobra, and then sit back. You might need to walk your knees forward so that they're on the blanket into Child's Pose. Let's take a moment here. And slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra. To close out, you can have a seat again on your blanket. And we'll practice Nadi Shodhana, balanced breathing. That helps us to really balance out the yin and the yang energies within us. So you're going to go ahead and bring your right hand, your peace fingers glued together, and then bring the finger points there, your peace fingers, into the space between your eyebrows. Close your eyes. Your left hand can just be face down on your left knee. Release your thumb to hover outside your right nostril, your ring finger outside your left. Sitting up nice and tall, close your eyes. Inhale through both nostrils. And then close off the right nostril, exhale through the left. And breathing in and out through the throat now, just like we did beginning of class. Inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale, right. Inhale, right. Close off the right, exhale, left. Inhale, left. And exhale, right. Inhale, right. Close the right, exhale, left. You might start to find some pauses at the bottom of the exhale and top of the inhale. Inhale, left. And exhale, right. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. And now release your right palm face up on your right knee. Breathing in and out evenly through both nostrils. Just taking a moment here to receive and feel into the effects of your practice. To meditate on anything that came up for you. And just sit in the bliss of the moment. You can feel free to stay in your meditative seat or take a shavasana if you need it. We're going to close out today though with an Om to seal our time. And bringing your palms to press in a prayer, actively into one another, elbows out wide. Lift the energy of your heart up. Take a deep breath in. Bringing that prayer to the forehead, a little bow of the head, evening out the energy between the heart and the mind. Sat Nam, yogis. Thank you all so much for practicing with me. It's such a gift to be able to practice together in this virtual community. Feel free to leave me your comments of how you're feeling. Give this class a thumbs up if you are feeling as blissed out as I am right now. And I will see you next time. Sat Nam, loves.